guys are fighting. Look at that. Oh my goodness! Oh! Good afternoon, it's your boy Mr. LOC. We are back at you. And today we are going to be doing interviews with our players from our recent Classroom Game and Shooters Paradise event. We're going to have 3 interviews with Fortnite players, and we're going to have 2 of our interviewees coming from our NBA 2K side of the event. Alright, so if you guys did not know, we recently hosted an event for gamers all over the Bahamas, no matter where they was located. The only requirement was there had to be a Bahamian and located in the Bahamas. Alright, and this event was sponsored by aspiring MP Jerad Darville. He is shining a light on esports in the Bahamas as well as alternative careers. Now, if you don't know who Jerad Darville is, you can find him on his Facebook page at Mr. Pinewood or Jerad Darville. Alright, so our first interview today, we're going to be speaking with Stepbro Narco Knowles, and he participated in our Fortnite aspect of Shooters Paradise, and he, along with one other player, came tied for first place with a total of 26 points. And they both got the same amount of eliminations as well as the same amount of placement points. So it was quite fascinating. But these guys had some good games, and Connor's best game was in game 1, where he had about 6 eliminations, and he got a nice placement that got him off the start for the game. So we're going to hear from Connor now. Welcome, Connor. How are you doing today?
I'm good, and you?
I am splendid, man. I am splendid. Alright, so we're gonna ask you a few questions, and we'd like to get your feedback on your experience of the event. Alright? So what was your experience like participating in Shooters Paradise?
I had a good experience. Game 1 I did really well, and that really put me off in a good mood for all the other games. I had a good experience. Some people I knew was in the tournament. It was fun, like competing against them and in the tournament, and just playing in the tournament overall was really fun. It was really good time.
All right. Have you heard of Celestium Gaming before this event?
I knew about some other tournaments in the past, but I haven't really looked into any of who it was hosted by. But as soon as I saw the ad from Celestium Gaming, I knew it was a good opportunity.
Right. Yeah. And with that being said, now that you are familiar with Celestium, would you enter another event held by us and invite friends as well to do the same?
Yeah, I think I would, because what you do is really good for Bahamians, get into the esports community, and for people to gain friendships and have a chance to compete against other Bahamians in tournaments.
That's good. And do you have any feedback to give us as to what you would like to see for the community and for players?
I would like to see more tournaments, of course, and I would like to see more tournaments, and I like the friendliness between all the players, and I think it's a good community, and I really like it.
Alright, so like we mentioned, your best game was game 1, where you were able to get 6 elimination, and you had your placement for that game, but you were up in the top 4 to 8 players. So, what was your mindset and your strategy going into this tournament? Like, what did you aim to get, whether it was elimination or placement points?
I knew that placement points were a lot in this tournament, so I mainly just went for endgame. And my goal was to get kills endgame and secure a good placement. And I was really happy with how I performed in first game and some of the other games as well.
Now, you did not get any, I think, eliminations in game five. Let me double check that. Game five. No, it wasn't game. It was. It was
Game
game four. You got one elimination. You got knocked out early. Were you concerned when that happened?
Yeah, I was nervous because I was in my landing spot and I jumped off a zip line, but the game bugged and I died to fall damage. And I was really nervous to see if that was like going to affect my placement and like my tournament overall. And yeah, I was just nervous.
I could imagine because as a competitor, I know that when you get some points in your early games and you're down to the last wire, you're trying to make up and get as much points then. And then when something like that happens, like you're just in a situation where you don't want to be. So I definitely
Yeah,
understand that.
yeah.
All right, before we leave you to enjoy your day, Connor, do you have anything else you would like to say to Celestium Gaming or any of your fans and viewers out there?
No, I just appreciate you doing these tournaments for it's a good opportunity for Bahamians to come together and compete against other Bahamians and it's just really appreciated.
Thank you very much for that. And that is going to be Honor, guys. Step Rodnako, our first place tie winner of our Shooter's Paradise here. So until next time, guys, we will see you. Good afternoon once more, and we are going into interview number 2 this afternoon. And now we're going to have Mr. Zane M. And we're definitely going to have to ask him about that name in this interview. Zane, welcome to the interview. How are you doing today, man?
I'm doing good, thank you.
That's good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I'm 13 years old. I go to St. Andrews and I like to sail and play soccer and I like playing Fortnite.
Alright, well, that's good because we're here to talk about Fortnite today and our recent event from Shooter's Paradise that you participated in over the weekend. Tell us what your experience was like.
It was actually pretty fun. I always wanted to compete in a Bahamian only tournament. So I really enjoyed it.
That's very good. That's very good. And did you get a chance to see the skills of your fellow Bahamians?
Yes, I did. And some of them were actually my friends, so it was interesting.
Yeah, that's good. And have you heard about Celestium Gaming before this event?
No, I did not know. So that's what Custom Gaming was.
That's fine, man. That's fine.
Mhm.
Well, now that you know of Celestium Gaming, would you be willing to enter future tournaments and events?
Yes, I definitely would. I think it's great that like someone's trying to promote gaming in the Bahamas, and hopefully Session Gaming could get a bit more popular.
Well, that's kind of nice, but we're not in it for the popularity, unfortunately. But hey, with popularity comes
Yeah,
extra benefits. So I guess it's
yeah,
a win-win either side, right?
yeah.
So do you have any feedback from the event, such as or something you'd like to see moving forward for the community?
Well, I think it would be cool if there's more Bahamian tournaments going on because you don't really see much gaming in the Bahamas, and I think this tournament brought a lot to that, so it was great.
That's good. Well, I'm sure you're not a huge informative on politics. I could be wrong. I don't want to assume, but Jerad Darville, he is doing something good for
Mhm.
esports right now, and he was our event's sponsor, and his aim is to shine a light on esports and alternative career. So maybe your feedback is much more close in the future than you think.
Yes, I hope it is.
All right, so can you tell us a little bit about your game plan and strategy? Because your best game for eliminations was game one. You were able to pick up 5 games, and you got some nice placement points throughout the whole event. Each event, you was able to get some placement points. Tell us your strategy going into that.
Well, so my strategy was, so there's like a little pirate ship around the map. It spawns anywhere around the map. It has like a launch pad and a lot of chests. So I just landed there every game. In the mid game, I tried to look for a couple kills, like not push people, because I knew. Well, I tried push. If I could tell the person was not that well skilled, I would try push them. But if they're pretty good, I would just try back off and play for end game and just try frag out end game, pretty much.
And how did you determine your players? Like how could you pick them out?
Well, if I shoot at someone and they have pretty fast reactions and quick builds, I would know they're decent. But if they don't really react too much, or I laser them, I'll definitely push them to get the elim.
All right, nice. Not a bad strategy as a compared to myself. I do understand your point of view. Now you've had the 4 games. We had 5 games in total, and you did fairly well in all 4 of the games. But on the 5th game, you got knocked out early. What did that do to you? Like, were you worried? Were you scared that you wasn't able to get points in the last game, or did you feel comfortable because you know that you did well in the first 4 games?
Well, to be honest with you, in the last game, I didn't think I was in first. I thought I was in like second or third. So I tried to get a couple elim points. And then I got some kid low, and then he just compact SMG to my box, and I guess he was a controller player, and then I just died. It was unlucky.
Wow, wow. All right, well, we've got around and we've talked to Zane, and this is our next first place winner from our Shooter's Paradise over the weekend, and he placed tied with another player we recently spoke with. So, thank you for joining us today, Zane, man, and keep sailing out there as well as keep playing esports, man.
Yes, I will.
Have a good day.
All right, you too.
Good afternoon. I'm Mr. Yellow, and I'm back. And now we're gonna have our interview, our last interview this afternoon. And he did exceptionally well over the weekend in Shooter's Paradise. However, his game plan faltered just a little bit, not allowing him to get as much points as he needed to win. So we're gonna hear from Triyel. Triyel is alone, which he goes by, and today, and we're gonna learn a little bit about him and his experience from the past event. Welcome, Triyel. Tell us how you're doing today, man.
I'm doing fine, good, vibing.
That's good. That's good. Now, what was your experience like over the weekend?
It was decent, um, with some problems, but you know, despite having the problems, still played. Yeah, bad Wi-Fi, I guess. Just still played though, so it was decent.
Now, we know you're a player of quite the background. You were a World Cup qualifier and you participated in several Cash Cups. Uh, what was your thought like going in an only Bahamian competitive Fortnite other than facing everybody in the world? What was that like for you?
I mean, it was different because females play pretty different from like how other people around the world play. I don't know, but I think that I underestimated big, big time. If I'm being honest, I underestimated big time, but it was good though. It was good, different. It was something different.
All right, different. That's not bad at all. That's not bad at all. So, have you heard about Celestial Gaming before this event?
No.
Now that you
Yeah, sure.
Now we know you played well in game two. That's where you got your big win, and you got 3 kills. But you were having some troubles later on in your game. What happened exactly? Now you did mention you underestimate the competition. Why was that? Did you not think the Bahamas had some good Fortnite players that you had to drop your game a bit and let your guard down?
Yeah, if I'm being honest, yes. And I don't think, and I thought that Bahamians weren't the type of people to like, you know, really, put all their time and effort into a game. But since I underestimated, they're wrong. And I just choked, I guess. I don't know, choked. But it's whatever though. Next time, it's good. It's good for the practice too. But next time I know, like, I'll just play like how I normally play in a tournament or something.
Well, now you know there are some skills not far from you, but very close. Now, with that being said, would you have any feedback towards the community or us as the event host? What would you like to see as a player?
What would I like to see? Um, a lot more tournaments for sure. Some different games like kind of like Apex Legends, even though I don't play it, but like for the players that do play it, Apex Legends, Rainbow Six Siege. If any Bahamians play that, I don't know. Um, a lot more Fortnite tournaments, like I said. Some bigger prize, cash prize pools or whatever. And yeah, that's really it. Just keep on grinding, keep your head up.
Well, that is definitely in the near future, but that also requires on the players like yourself to encourage other players to come on and join the community and participate in events. So we would leave that part to you, and we're going to do our part over on our end. Triyel, thank you so much for coming and speaking with us today and participating in the event over the week. If you have any more shout outs that you would like to say or anything, that would be the.
Not really. I mean, my Twitch. I just got my Twitch like sub button. So yeah. Guess you could go follow my Twitch. It's my name, just Triyel, Triyel, Triyel. You drop a follow, probably sub, donate, do whatever. Just I don't know. Go crazy with it. Right,
You
thanks.
heard that, guys? This man just became a Twitch affiliate and he plays Fortnite semi professional. So go check out his Twitch channel and stay tuned as we get some words from our sponsor for the. I'm Mr. Yellow. We will be right back. Good afternoon, and we are back. And on camera now, we're going to be speaking with none other than Shawn, Mr. Shawn himself, our NBA 2K20 Xbox winner from this weekend's Shooters Paradise event. And this man did not lose none of his games, so let's find out what was his game plan and who this man is to come in the tournament not even lose one game. Alright? So Shawn, welcome. How are you doing today?
I am okay. I'm good. Superb.
That's good, man. That's good. We're glad to have you with us today. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I'm 18 years of age. I just graduated high school last year. Um, I like to, I guess we could say I like to play games. I enjoy playing games. I'm pretty athletic, so I guess we could say I'm into the sports kind of games like soccer, basketball. I play a little bit of football here and there. Also, I like shooting games, Call of Duty, Apex Legends. I mean, I'm a pretty simple guy. It's not really much to me.
Alright, that's good. Well, what was your mindset and your experience like coming into the tournament? What was your game plan?
Hold on, wait. I think this guy's trying to come after this. All right. My mindset and my game plan. Okay. Um, my mindset towards everything, and me being me is I always love a competition. So the best thing for me to do with like knowing how I am is not worrying about how the end result will be or what's gonna happen in the end. Just play the game. So if you only worry about playing the game, you're not paranoid and worried about what could happen in the end. And if you worry about that, that could just take your nerve away. You can start to fall up everything. So
Definitely.
my game plan was just play the game, not worry about what gonna happen. Just play the game. My
Definitely understand that.
mhm. my strategy. I My strategy was basically try to get all the shooters on lock from the start of the game. Therefore, I wouldn't get no threes, no blow. What happened from the beginning of the game because all the shooters on lock and I don't have to worry about the paint. And yeah, basically, so for the whole game, all the shooters is on lock. I just was worrying about the paint. Since my opponents couldn't get no threes, they had to come to the paint, and it wasn't none of that. So that's your third win for all my games.
That's a
That's
very
all.
sound strategy. That's a good one as a basketball player too. I do understand that. You know they always say a good defense is the best offense. So if you can keep that
Yeah.
opponent locked down, then it'll be easier for you. Less work for you. You don't even have to score that much once you can keep the lead on him and keep that defense hard. Then you know
That's
can
all.
score. All right. So have you heard about selection gaming before this event?
I actually haven't. That's the thing. I've never heard of it. Never. I was scrolling one day and I just saw it, and I was there. I was down for it.
That's good. And would would you have any feedback from this event or for players or the community itself?
Um, Basically, from my experience with this, I would just say everyone should make sure that they're in the right place and make sure that their mindset is just to focus on the gameplay. Just no matter what happens, focus on the gameplay. And you don't wanna come late to anything because therefore ain't no space for you. Everything that happened, like that same thing what happened with this event. It wasn't really like everyone wasn't there. I was kind of upset because I wanted to play everyone. Like as you can see in the group, I was talking to everyone. I was showing good sportsmanship, basically calling everyone, making sure everyone was there. But it didn't end like that. So I just had to do what I had to do. And yeah, I
And
just
that
like for everyone to come together.
that's understandable. But yeah, so we life happens, so we can't always expect things to
Yeah,
go as planned. So,
yeah,
but
I understand.
you still got some good competition,
Yeah,
and
I did.
you were able to come out on top
Hmm.
overall. Well, Shawn, we really appreciate you participating in our event and
Hmm.
coming out. So, with that being said, thank you for joining us today and
Hmm.
giving us your feedback and your thoughts as a player and who you are.
Hmm.
We
Uh,
we
you
do
too.
hope to
Thanks
see
for
you.
having me.
Say that one more time.
Thanks for having me, and I would definitely be involved in anything you all have again. Just once it's out in the public, I will definitely be there. It was fun.
Thank you so much. Have a good afternoon.
You too.
Good afternoon, and I am back with our contestant, our second winner from our NBA 2K20 Paradise Shooters Paradise over the weekend. And this is our winner from our PlayStation side. So we spoke with our Xbox winner a while ago. Now we're speaking with our PlayStation winner, Rashawn Rockdog F. Alright, so Rashawn, welcome. How are you doing today?
Good.
That's good, that's good. Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Um, my name is Shawn Fox. I'm 21 years old. Do construction. Um, live Freeport, Bahamas. Like all my life. Um, Basically it. Simple stuff.
That's good, man. That's good. Listen, I've done some construction in my time, so I know the work and the trade. All right. So, what was your experience like during the event?
It was good. It was good. I know I was gonna win from. I know I was gonna win from the beginning, so it was good.
Big words, man, big words. But we did saw you dominate all of your matches. Each of your match, you had about 10 to 15 points where you lead over the opponent. What was going through your mind? Like, was it just your first match, your match got you in the groove, or this was your game plan coming in for the whole event?
This is my game plan. My game plan is like pick the team that I usually play with. I usually just dominate. What I usually do.
That's good. So what's your rating on my player?
My rating, 84. I just start playing. I don't usually get into that like that. I just start playing that.
All right, all right.
I'm usually a quick player type person.
I understand. Everybody has their preferred game mode. All right. So have you heard about Celestial Gaming before this event?
No, sir. I just was scrolling on Facebook, and I just saw this gaming photo, and I was like, where to sign up? Then I just signed up.
I guess that's how you would do for any gaming event. You would see the photo and then sign up.
I read about everything before I even get into all of that.
All right, so we'll give you a little pop quiz right now. If you could answer this question, you can get a gift card along with your prize. What is Celestial Gaming's motto?
Hello? What you say?
If you can answer this quick pop quiz since you read on us after you seen the flyer, what is Celestial Gaming's motto?
Motto. I cannot say.
It's competitive yet cooperative. All right, so would you give any feedback to like for the community of NBA players over here, or from the event, or anything in that nature? If you were to have any feedback, what would it be?
Oh, keep practicing. Keep it up.
Keep it up to the players.
Yes.
All right, and one final question. Now that you know about Celestial Gaming and what we do, would you tell your friends, and would you play in future events?
Yes, sir. I tell about 4 of my friends, but they usually like my partner, my career type person. So I was like, it don't make sense.
I understand. No worry, you'll be doing something for the My Park in the future.
Yeah.
All right, well, Rashawn, it was nice having you with us today, and we want to thank you so much for participating in our event over the weekend. We hope to see you at future events. And if you have anything left to say to your fans out there, feel free to say it at this moment.
Nothing.
You sure you don't want to pick up Freeport, man? What?
Wait. The Freeport, man. My hometown
from Kingdom Come, right?
8 Mile Rock.
8 Mile Rock. There you have it, guys. Representing for Freeport, Rock Dog came out to the event, slayed and beat all of his opponents, showing no mercy and taking the championship home to it. So until next time, guys, I'm Mr. Yellow, and stay tuned for our next interviewee.
Yes, sir.
A lot of people wanted to farm, but they didn't have a place to farm. And so people was like, wow, this is so cool how you did this right here. Who knew this was right here? And then I started exposing them to the options of BAMSI. There are persons inside our community now who taking up on BAMSI. I'm exposing them that, BAMSI offers the same free scholarships as the University of Bahamas. They offer a 2-year associate's degree, and which your credits are fully transferable to colleges FIU, major accredited colleges inside the states. And it's kept growing. And now I'm here because it goes from one love Like I could imagine, like when you first started gaming, you didn't think it was gonna be all of this, right? When you first started gaming, you probably was on a computer, right, or a TV, right, playing one game which you like, and then you get more. The more you in it, the more you want to get deeper in it, especially with something that.
Yeah, I could.
And then especially when talking about fighting for people who look like you, fighting for people just like me and you, like fighting for the same thing, for opportunities of being able to create wealth, families, for our heirs and our successors. So we want to do that. We don't just want this to be some off thing, like an off-brand thing. So what this gaming thing was about was to say, all right, let's show the youth where you could take this from something you just
Not
like
that, I
doing.
won't cut you off. Let's start it so we would something like.
All
We
right,
would like.
all right. So I could get sanity.
Yeah, I'm not going.
I don't know.
All right. Good afternoon, and we told you that we were going to speak with our host, and here he is, none other Mr. Darville, who helps sponsor and over. Heard from our contestants and our winners. Now let's hear from our sponsor. Why is it that he decided to pursue sports field, and how he got into politics, and who he is as a person and what he stands for. Mr. Jerad, welcome. How are you doing today?
I'm good, man.
That's good. Well, everybody is familiar with me on this platform. Tell us a little bit about who you are as a person.
Well, my name is Jerad Darville. I'm a community organizer and leader in the Pinewood Gardens community. And basically what we do is we go out and we scope the land and try to find opportunities for our youth. So we don't leave any rock uncovered, because unemployment is at an all-time high, especially now with COVID. And we need to be able to expose our youth to the necessary tools that could be able to lead them to success. I came across your platform here with the esports gaming, and I was like, wow, how cool. I remember I was watching some persons and they were playing a game, and the grand prize was like $200,000, and I'm like, whoa, you get that for game? I'm like, bro, I should have known that. I'd take it easier out, like, like I didn't have to go to this work, like I could just play games and make money, but hey, not for me, somebody else. And I want to take this opportunity to be able to encourage persons and parents of the like that, gaming at one point in time, we used to tell, I know my mom used to tell me, like, oh, put that game down, the game can't get you no place. But we have to understand that gaming is the future. Gaming is what's going to be happening, because now everybody is looking for an escape from the real world. Everybody is looking for someplace. When I was younger in college, it started out with Facebook. That's when Facebook was only for college students, right? Nobody else, if you didn't have a college address, you couldn't get on Facebook, right? And then Facebook developed because persons wanted a break from regular society, regular world, because sometimes life just sucks. They go into a world where they can create their own being, and it's like some people might say it's wrong, but it's not wrong. It's people's ability to cope. So if we could find that niche market and we could be able to cater to persons with that need to cope, then we could find ways to create money and success. Especially inside the Bahamas, we provide a perfect climate for any type of tourism: agro-tourism, eco-tourism, marine tourism. But how about gaming tourism, right? We could be able to have a shooters on Paradise where the fellas them right on top of Atlantis playing, right? Like, why not? Like, don't put it inside a box. Don't just put this to whereas you say, oh well, they gotta be on the front of the computer, and but this makes sense, like this don't look cool or whatever, like that. They need to get a real job. But what is a real job?
Sure, they say if something you love, like it's not a job if you love what you do.
Yeah.
So it could be anything, as a matter of speaking.
Yeah, but what's most important is a job is only something that you know how to do, which somebody else is willing to pay you for. That's
the
what
definition. Yeah, it is.
that's what a job is. So if you could take out the garbage and somebody wants to pay you to take out the garbage, then you'd be the best garbage collector there. Because guess what? What a lot of people don't understand, and when I was in high school, when I was in lower school at Xavier's College, right there by the beach, by Fish Fry, right? It was a guy inside our graduating class. He said, "You know what I want to be? I want to be a garbage collector." Everybody laughed. This guy, he was wise beyond his years, because now that I've grown up, I realized that the garbage collectors make $2.50 for every house that they go to, a trip, and the garbage truck comes twice a week. So they make $5 a week picking up your garbage on routes that have 2,000, 3,000 homes.
Who would have known that?
So when you look and you say, "Oh yeah, he's a garbage man," but yeah, you could be the garbage man,
or he's where he wants to be, and he likes doing it. Now he's making a vast profit from it as well.
Not many people could sit down and say that they make $10,000 a week. And this is what some of these garbage men make. And so we cannot look at any job and say, yeah, this job is too small or this job is awkward, because the ability that you have to do the job at the best you can determines the price that you will be paid.
And was that something you were thinking about when you wanted to try and encourage esports here?
Well, when I wanted to encourage esports, because I saw the great work which you're doing, all right? And what I'm a big proponent of is not reinventing the wheel. So I want to shine light on you, not necessarily the esports platform, because what you are doing is groundbreaking, and what people in our society need is to see people like you, and to see what you're doing, and to see how you think outside of the box, and so that they could be encouraged. So when you have mama who's saying, "Oh, put that game down," a person will be like, "But I'm making money off of games. Why should I have to put it down?" You don't tell the sister to put down the stethoscope. You know, you don't tell them. You know, if she wants to be a doctor,
she's playing doctor and she's practicing. So why can't I practice on something I want to do?
And to tell you the truth, I never heard a gamer get fired. I hear doctors get fired all the time. I'm just saying. Well,
for gamers, you get fired, but you get banned. So that means you can't enter the high money stakes tournaments anymore.
Yeah.
So I guess that's the way for firing gamers.
That's the way for firing gamers. But I guess you have to be doing something bad to get banned.
Mostly cheating.
Yeah, mostly cheating. But I mean, if you're good like me in Madden, then you don't have to cheat. You just roar. You know, just roar. I'll take you on. I'll take you on. If anybody wants to know, Houseboy 242. You understand? That's my gamer tag. You can check me. Madden 21 soon. Right. So. But yeah, that's basically it. And talking about coming from Pinewood inside my community, I got involved with politics organically. It started off with my community gardening concept, again trying to encourage kids into alternative jobs, because a lot of us, if we want to be real with ourselves, the policing system, the law system puts many of us at a disadvantage, because at an early age, most of us end up in the hands of the law, right? And you say, all right, well, I have a bad record, can't get a normal job. All right, so I have to think for you. The reason why I have to think for you is because society does not believe in the system that once you have been rehabilitated, that you are now good. They say that the judge sentences you for a period of time that they feel that you should be really fully rehabilitated for the crime you committed. But why, after you come out of the rehabilitation center, you still have a stigma over you that you are still the same guy? So we need to have outlets for persons like these to be able to make money from. And we say, all right, well, the person who's a gangster mightn't like playing games. Everybody was a child.
Yeah.
Everybody was a child. Everybody loved playing games. It's
at some point,
it's just now finding the value in it, locating the value in it, and that's
putting your time to actually get something back from it.
Yeah.
And to know that you can now get something back from it is even going to give you that oomph and boost to now say, okay, let me actually, put an hour today to practice after I finish my schoolwork or this and that.
Yeah.
And now we know you have kids. How do you manage your kids when it comes to gaming and their schoolwork?
Well, I manage them like this. I say, all right, through the week, on the weekend, right, you game yourself to death. Right, you can play game all day, but through the week, I want you to be balanced. I want you to be able to go outside, physical activity. I want you to study in Black culture, heritage. Oftentimes, we as Black people are disadvantaged with the educational system because we are only introduced to Black people during the transatlantic slave time, and they don't teach us about the Black kings and how great Africa is as a country and what Black people came from. They teach us that we were slaves and we had to serve a master. And this what happens with our complex. That's why they have this thing they say, oh, black crab syndrome.
Yes.
Right? I know you heard about that before.
Very familiar
But
with the phrase.
So black crab syndrome has to deal with this perception of these crabs being inside a bucket and one pulling each other down, right?
Instead of helping each other get up.
But I tell you this, the crabs live in a bucket naturally. So that means that they're not operating off of a place of thriving, they're operating out of a place of survival. Like, what am I doing? Why am I in this bucket? And so they act abnormally. And I say this to us. The reason why we have so much abnormal behavior is because we are not in our natural environment. We are not put in the position to thrive, but we are fighting for survival. They have a quote going around saying that a person who grew up on love is a person that grew up on survival, right? They have a different mentality. And so what we want to do is we want to be able to create that sense of thriving. We want to be able to create atmospheres and opportunities for persons not to be restrained or put inside a box in life and say, well, you didn't graduate with a 3.0, you didn't go to UB, right? So guess what? You're going to have to
this and you're that.
Yeah, you're going to be stuck all your life. You're going to be stuck working for McDonald's or working a slave job on the plantation at the hotels. But with gaming, because I am still the record holder for the youngest junior chess champion in the Bahamas.
Oh.
Yes.
Okay.
Gaming allows you to open up your mind and explore. And if you take it past just having fun and you look at what the designer had to do to make this actually happen for your experience. And then you could look at it and say, well, I could get a job in this. I could get a job in that. I could get a job in designing games. And the more persons that are involved in the gaming process creates more jobs. Take, for example, computers. You have a gaming computer here, right? Now, this is a high-tech computer. Chances is it's so expensive you put it together yourself.
Yes.
Right? Not a smart guy, but I can figure this out, But how about we start getting kids to learn how to put these together? How to put these together. And maybe with our knowledge and our experience, we could be able to put together a supercomputer. And we could be able to carry this further, to be able to, like I say, I give you $1, you turn it into 100. I give you an idea. Exactly. And so this is what this is all about. Being able to get us to open our minds to the ideas that there are things out there making money rather than the alternative jobs. Because majority of the alternative jobs are letting us down. You see with COVID-19, many people who thought that their jobs were essential basically were not. Lawyers, it wasn't essential, right? Lawyers
I was essential for a time.
Yeah, he was essential for a time, but who was essential?
That is correct.
Right? You had the janitors were essential. The garbage workers were essential.
Same people that they were laughing at.
Same people that they were laughing at. But guess who else was essential? Because we had to stay inside, so guess what plenty people was doing? Playing game.
Essential.
Gamers were essential. And you look at it because you could be debugging a game, you could be engineering a game, you could be drawing the art for the game, you could have concepts for the game. It's so many different ways that gaming can allow you to make money.
I agree. And that's would be, well, your son attends the school that we actually teach an after school program. And that's what we do at the after school program. We shine light and we educate young ones on the possible careers, well, as much as careers as we could within esports and around esports, whether it's game development, game design. We have a lot of artists inside our after school program. We encourage them all the time. Every game starts from a drawing. So you might like art, and this was your passion, but you can also make money. You have game developers and game studios that looks for artists to bring their ideas like to and create the characters and vast world. They all started off as drawings,
Yes.
and then we have kids in our group who like computer coding. After the artists could create these, you need the code to put it into the computer to make the network work. So
Yes.
when you speak of encouraging and shining light and letting these kids know that these are possible, yeah, I understand you go, and we have a like mind.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all we can do in our current time right now, because as the world continue to change, we have to understand as parents and the older generation that it wasn't what it was when we were growing. So what was stipulated and taught to us, we now have to like you say, don't break the wheel, but just turn it in a different direction. Show them that your generation is not what we had, but this is what we have.
I can tell you something about the wheel, right? When my parents were growing up, right, they had like cars, right? But if they wasn't riding the iron donkey, they had to walk, right? Our kids right now get hoverboards, bro. So like we don't just turn the wheel. Like our generation came around and like we just like we take that wheel and we took it on a spin, right? Because our ability to think so far ahead is different from our parents, because in our parents' generation, they really had all the cars and they were like, they didn't, let me see how best I could. If you grow up in a shack, you might build a house. But if you grow up in a mansion, you might own a subdivision. You see what I'm saying with it? Like, it's from where you start. It's the exponential growth that we would have once we get them on the right track. Because if we get them started here from early,
They would want something.
they would want something bigger and better than this. And you know, the proverbial seed being sown in the mind. So once we get them to understand that, hey, look here, you could be able to take this time and let's understand it to a science. Almost to the point where we want to take the fun out of the game. That's a crime. But I kind of follow me here. We want you to understand the idiosyncrasies of gaming. We want you to be able to understand what were the top games and what made them tick. What made them the it game? What made this game so popular? And once we're able to break down that formula and that science, then the world is in our hands. And we can do this just with the help of you and your team and constant involvement with the youth. That's why I say, man, look at the bottom. Help push. Because if I was to show you how to game, you say I suck because I only can play Madden. I only can play Madden and MLB The Show. So if you want your things, right, you could just holler at me. All right, but otherwise than that, like my kids, they laugh at me when I try to play Fortnite because, man, I used to play Call of Duty. So like, if I ain't seeing no blood and no gore and stuff, man, that's a kid's game. But everybody love it. Everybody love it, and I'm like, man, I hit you with the shotgun. You gotta be blasting on the wall, right? But you know, it's a thing for everybody. It's a thing for everybody, and we look at it and we say, all right, We have preschoolers, toddlers, lower grade school, junior school, high school, adults. Each one of these groups need entertainment. So if we get our kids started at an early level, maybe we could start making games for like an ABC mouse or a Bahamian learning journey game. Whereas you could use this game and you could take them through time. Whereas it's a story mode, single player, and you have them and they going through the journey of the Lucayans, Indians, going through the journey of prohibition, and they could learn these stuff with some historians being able to put proper details in place. And now we can make education fun, because while he is playing the game, he's learning about our culture. And we could and this is what gaming does. It opens up the mind so vastly that anything can be done with it. We can't just put it in a box. We can't just say, all right, well, we just want to go and play a game. Yeah, I mean, it's fun, but let's think about how we could use this to our asset. Let's try to figure out the functionalities of the game. People like sports games more than they like shooting games, more than they like action adventure, more than they like racing. And we find out which one, and we go and we divulge inside and open up our mind.
Well, there you have it, guys. Jerad Darville. We know now a little bit of who he is and how he thinks and what he has envisioned, not only for his community but for all kids, no matter where you are located. So, for the players from the past event, what words of encouragement would you tell them?
Well, stop cheating. Cheating don't get you nowhere. Cheating don't get you nowhere. I heard that some of y'all was cheating, had to get booted out, right? Cheating don't get you nowhere. The only thing cheating gets you is caught. And I can tell you this. It's important in life that we learn how to lose and accept failure early, because life sometimes unforgiving. And if we don't learn how to handle and manage failures, we'll go through life with a victim complex, or we go through life feeling sorry for ourselves, or we go through life with all of these crutches that are unnecessary. And I point out this perfect example for you. Baseball, one of the highest paid games there is, right? Signing $100 million, $400 million contracts, right? But a baseball player, if he fails 7 times out of 10, he's an all-star, Hall of Famer. Batting 300. That means he only hit the ball 3 times out of 10. And sometimes you see them get upset when they get strikeout, maybe because they know they could have done something a bit better, but they learn how to channel failure, because in life not everything could be perfect. And we must understand that. We must understand that you never learn anything from winning. Always learn from your losses. So don't be afraid to go there, give it our best, and if our best isn't good enough, then we go back to practice mode. All right? Stop cheating.
I couldn't have said it better myself. All right? So we're going to take our time now. We're going to thank Jerad Darville once more for sponsoring the Shooter's Paradise over the weekend, where players competed in Fortnite Battle Royale as well as in. So until next time, guys, I'm Mr. Yellow. Peace.